Di Bula. Ah, pambolo tsika libika aminena vinaka nisika ni koa. Auklani sa ochungona walo. Na rosanga volokandona minity may pity. Kera bibasa tsika yani ni singaranyo takavaindona katolo ni wasiwasi ni say no to cyberbullying. Na singa lutulevo. Balateni ando talkina nungu live na nungu webinar patake silina mbale ka nikua katavitano kerkerto na wuniwai marutaka nirto sembromai Dr. Nani Sikiti, Dr. Bastia Dati, Dr. Tamelesi Rasoki Windas ka mendo talchika nito bulan ibo ketua signama kanina may siya matalanga iya sa kalungatsara ni may siya matalanga mo na itasimeone tagatakimbawe do berto nasi may Nelson Minisilandi iyo nanumakina may tumantala ng dabitala no ni kuwa nanungu waseti ko so nanungu bandindike may baka nanungu tambana ni rakadaka au do bakadindike iya kono numara kini ni ko me ona bos cukup bakabiti ona bos cukup babalangi me roni leu talanga berra bitar tar cukup na bidana sing sawoti nanonra tarir bali bunan ko biose membaletan cyberbullying and this has to stop. This has to stop. Kono numara mo minta betal ni ko mo may wase so nanungu badindike awada kabati ko na buku ni nadhaba sarma na cyberbullying kaya nadhaba sa tukiviti membaleta na biba katotongani na mona liba nadhaba sa tiko na wasa pasifika bakadhaba talanga na bunu bola katikendo au nanuma menda na ngande mandani kwa i Australia ya bikim ni nasanto sarabati kumena nungku bata-bata dana tiko pembantanan nantona sere men warakira na kena pomer na siya mamay au nanuma mga kuni sa butaya ni na vital no ni kuwa moni kita talaga moni sa siya mamay baleta na kena tareo valeu elevo na tukutuku ya bako mibiyaw kwa message mai kwa ngir mai en kena tarir talaga ya rala ko duruma talaga na biba katotongan ni darang mata ko na ser darang kay vital no tukayan imbula bula
Thank you.
Ni mbola pinakatali maina viokani oni sama tiko maina nonta vital noa na singo vinakani koa au saka ni imbita yani na tikini aua ke na singa menta na vital no kene na buku ni ulutanga vinakango ulutanga bimbi vauzi kende tiko na lewi biti baka usivi be na luvenda bakatalanga kina be na itumbutumbu nanonda may varrongo batindi koa mente soliva kasama nanumutiko nanondra Bula na luvenda ke bakanta saka nindangarona na nondra ndo baka nga taka baka levo na mona liva nanumukini mente to listale na ulutanga ni say no to cyberbullying part 3 na vuni nongu nanuma meu may veu sekine ni koa ena kena tereu valevo elevo na messages ralaku mai ndo naturanga tsukasara me China turanga ni viti tukuno koe na me China to songata na Facebook tsukanga na nondo to portal na WeChat um ka sang sut sar ndo baka ngataki me kani vivala sana vemba sana vendra sulaki me baka takatu ena nonda bono me viti ko ngani kina mani tukun tsuk me turanga ngo Oyambe kana vuna i China singa ni levu kina na bimba ena mona levu levu balete ni bakanga taking na be website ngo ena veka sabsaba kena veka ni tumbu kena ba tostoi na wuli kena takambisi tagare kina na bimbi ni so na online platform bakaya ena kena songo saranga vira na Facebook arto sianga ni baka ngatak mi China um batake na dotale na itukutuka rongo mai ni na bidanga na bula sa oti yang to na ngone leong bakitin karua mati mai serne mai Australia goe na non bakalolo mataki cyberbullied en mona liba liba metop saranga di kota liba na non bula weekend anda sakilatiko ni sa melenga endo na non tador boni rewa o anda kile na yada na rana tike viti me bakaili na non bula kila bakila na pura bakila viti matanga na non melenga na ngon tangani ni rewa ngo au kila ndir tona barang tal chunga mena na mata bubali kando na taro be taro ngo chukuni kuwa na tava saya do na kisia membeleta na milenga o rana di KBT e tikumbeka indo na lau lau e rato na reida na kena kau e na mata bila wai o rato wakatotonga ni kuwa na mona liba liba ke baka indo mbeka kilati ko na tukutuku matele la yoya o kerker muninga tukutuku me biao o salo masoli meu na dakabe sona badindike meu na bola indo na kena bola ena buku ni biba katotonga ni na mona liba liba sa katoka ni indo na kabinaka o mundanga o bakila na rendre o lako ruma au pamatalakina na rona live saoti kawa tukuni tiko ya tukuni biao kuni koitaka tosonga na mumbula ena dengunga na biba totongani na maramangure ya ure se sanga mnikua ndo tukutuku mai ni se ia ngakwa na bola bola na bola mate na taro chiko na ngona dava ena ngai vemu kino ko na bola bola usiang ni besa uma le bra bako to mebeo ni tukutuku bako bola usiang mendanga ni vento lava na 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 itamba sena kai bako mebeo ko na kini bikem ni nanto bako to mebeo na itamba sena ve kai ndo bita ta kena maramongo ko bako to tonga ni utiko o kerker ni kako ni bako tal mebeo au sianga ni vinakata me vakarata na nungu ngaba boka se me vakabuna nungu thunru se me vakabuna nungu ya lora rawa balete ni ya usanga chumanga me mbula na nungu mata kubali usanga chumanga me udakaba vina kana nungu itai pangkas ni buli usanga tar chunga kena tosu na nero sasanga kwa vakadori tuku me na mosi ena kena nganrevi me taka lebih bakatorre kataki me anga tali kina vanua bakaturanga ona mosi na veka me ave tikongo sena ni karorao dari kambe kana kana bosa baka pertani it's a very complex situation balete Ravido rumaketi ko levu naka elomai levu naka ya ulasing doni tukuna matala levu kau nanu mengaki na menda mebital noni kuwa na ustum bimbinga ubinakata me waseni kuwa na taro itiko, what should I do if I'm cyberbullied? What provisions are there for me to be looked after if I'm cyberbullied? Au satakaba ito na magdindike me ureda, what is cyberbullying in Fiji? What is the statistics? What are the statistics that shows that cyberbullying is a real issue in Fiji? Me bakawat kul chuka ena nungu bakataro berto na nungu tokani wula bunga biar ke mami wuli bata do chunga me na solitaro tul chunga bebiao leva kuni lakaba kene donaka ya bakawa sat kuno china live sauti it won't happen to me on la sena ni umbita to me kuni dona kai laka kina something has to be done and it has to stop ke bakawa ron lakaba na live ngo merambula tal kine sotal na ngone merambula tal kine sotal na bubale merambula tal kine sona dorbo na ngone le memuri au marutaka. We should not just stand by and watch cyberbullying roll out day in, day out. Yeah? We cannot stand on the sideline and not do anything. Everyone is responsible to do something. Yeah? We cannot tumbu as parents. We have a job to do to look out for our children. Wherein gasni bully, bully, they have a responsibility to look out for the students at school. Where nangoni, they have responsibilities to look out for their friends. Yeah? So everyone has a responsibility. You cannot just stand there and watch until someone else loses their life. And then we do something about it. Yeah? That is not good enough. So it's better that we make a stand now and do something about it. Yeah? Sarota manda na duri tunga da sartu. Sarota manda na duri tunga menagewara ko kamo ngetakaba. He will do that. He will do that. She will do it. They will do it. The police will do it. The Minister for Justice will do it. Eh? Everyone is pointing at somebody else. But the question is, what can I do to make a difference? There is a big question. There is a big question. So, mula ko talaga na taro ya, na natab mo ka ba kain tuwe ba totongan niyaw na mo na liba-liba. Sember din tayo wala na ulutang liba. O babi ni vinaka be kula mo imbureta katia. Kaya ba matalta kambay na ngonele ang bagatin karua. Kaya mate may Sydney. Through cyberbullying, she killed herself. Baka mate kwa. Na kini ka ba, Emily Kition, babi ni vinaka be Emily. Ba matalta mo Emily ni na cyberbullying na wasa Pasifika and do talk na wu ni nonra lenga tiko na non tambangwani. It's a contributing factor. So nataro chuko weekenda oira nangon kwa lenga chungo, they will be the future of our nations. Kabakar saram lenga tuka ni baka yaw, then we have to do something now. So I'm using my platform to raise the issue now, and hopefully we can be able to work with the government, and I can baku kota can allow. Yeah, we can have policies created within the Fiji Police Force. They can be don't allow such na Cybercrime Act 2021. So today we're going to look at this law. Yeah, we're going to look at it and see what can be done within that law. What does it look like? So we're going to do that today. So sa talaga na Online Safety Commission. So we're going to try and find out like what is the role of the Online Safety Commission. And also there is a cybercrime unit under the police force. Yeah? So those are some of the areas that we're going to cover today. So we're going to start first in Fiji, and then we're going to go to the Pacific, and then we will cover the example of the Brodie'S law in Australia. So what has Australia done regarding cyberbullying that we can learn from? So you know, no country can just sit there and say, oh, we don't have a law, therefore we won't prosecute cyberbullies. So it's very important that o marutaka motukuna indala turanga minister vitartar mai na woti na nungu live sina lotulevu o wavini vinaka kina and kena samai sarabitar chukanga na video ya na kambimbi na nonda vivo sitakayani na bimbi ni nonda tukuni ndoraka. So when you are going through any difficulty, particularly for bullying, it can be any bullying. It doesn't have to be just cyberbullying. Level to classification of bullying. Whatever types of bullying that you're going through, tell someone. Tukuna waindua. Kunyo ngalu bakatiko na nomurere si na sanangona wira nando bakatotongani erdo rere na tukuna na they're scared to speak up because they may think that they are called troublemakers. So it's better that we say something now and you save your life. So to those of you who are watching, it's I just wanted to acknowledge the support for the last couple of days. I've been receiving a lot of emails and messages about the cyberbullying that I've been going through, and I'm still going through it right now. But that aside, I just wanted to share some steps to be followed, for anyone. And I'll also share what I did as well. So hopefully what I share and what you're going through, we can all work together to help each other out. So with an ataro na numuchuko mo meu nawaseni kuha. Na nung kubanding dikit I did some online research. I did some online research on some data because I think it's really important that we look at why is cyberbullying an issue in Fiji. And it was very interesting to see the data of cyberbullying, and it was actually recorded with. So for those of you who are watching, and if you have got a pen and a paper, if you are wanting to report cyberbullying, call 917. Call 917. And also we have the lifeline, and they're available 24/7, which is 132-454. So I'm going to type it on the chat so that everybody knows. So report online abuse, call 917. And the lifeline is 132-454. So those are numbers. So maybe for those of you who are watching right now, let me know if you knew about this. Nitukuno mayo ni akila nitukuno na number moningirita ke bakaoni ba totongania na mona liba. So I think that's really important that we know how many of you knew that was a number that was available for you to call. 917. Okay, so those are the numbers. Watakin na embarking ko na kaona ni February, runondolo rusolukova, na nungu basa nangara na mona liblibong beredikina ni 61.44% of women face cyberbullying in Fiji in 2023. That's a big number. 61.44%. That's of women and 38.56% of men. So you can tell here that both gender are cyberbullied. Eh? So it's not only just the women, it's also the men. So it's good to take note of the number. So 61.44%, I'm going to type it on the chat. 61.44%. On the Bullied, I'm just sharing some of the numbers that I found online, and I want to make it more visible for everybody, just so we can all know that cyberbullying is really a big issue. So 61.44% of women were cyberbullied, of women were cyberbullied in 2023. Yeah? So I don't know what number will it be for 2024. Yeah, so 61.44 for women, and for men, 38.56. 38.56% of men. Men were cyberbullied. So look what the bully kerekin, I'm just very interested the cover and I'm going to write a paper about it. So I'm putting down the data just so we see the big picture. Just so we see a big picture. So I've identified the name of the acting commissioner for the Online Safety Commission. So that is the place that everybody should know. Online Safety Commission. So for those of you who are listening, can you tell me where the Online Safety Commission is located? Okay. So Online Safety Commission. So to those of you who are watching, Bula va matetini, Bula losh nakete, Flo, Harry, Eleni, Finn, Bula Eleni, Bula may Northern Territory, may Australia, Bula Rivangu Leila, the Kaunivalu. So there's a few of you connecting in online. I'm just curious. I just wanted to know, did you know that there's an Online Safety Commission? You can answer yes or no. Online Safety Commission. Yeah, Online Safety Commission. And also there's a place called the Cyber Crime Unit. Cyber Crime Unit. Also report your case here at the Cyber Crime Unit. So Anna, you knew about it? Anna Terra Naka. So at least there's one person who's honest to say that she's aware of the Online Safety Commission. And where is the office of the Online Safety Commission, Terra? Okay. So that's another office. Yeah. So Fiji located at Suba. Can you tell me what's OSC? Because I don't live in Fiji. What's OSC? Nakateva? Anna Teva? So Anna seems to know more about the online. Oh, OSC is Online Safety Commission, right? In Fiji, located at Suba. Anyone knows where the office of the Online Safety Commission is located? But ako na vital no yang, Ben the vital no taka. Ni other way ko na cyberbully, mo kilala po ng malaki. Pinakaranandi turang nivalo, Right. Level 9, Subabu House. Eh? Vinaka. Level 9, Subabu House. So yana bonua, orenyola kukina molin bitakina na numu report. So when I went online, I found out that there's an acting commissioner of the Online Safety Commission. His name or her name, I'm not sure, is Dajeshwari Devi. Tajeshwari Devi. Ranandi, is she still the acting commissioner? Who is the commissioner for Online Safety Commission? Anyone knows who's watching? Who is the commissioner of the Online Safety Commission? Because at the moment, Bolichungo acting, so there must be a person who's actually a commissioner, because this person was acting at that time. So thank you for sharing, Ranandi and Teva. Yeah. For most of this week, I was doing some research on cyberbullying, and I just wanted to know what's really, in existence for support for people like me and others who are cyberbullied. And the reason why I'm speaking out is that I don't want the experience I went through to be experienced by others as well. Mekua. Menda vital no taka mekua ninda werumbumbi. Mekua ninda vunitaka. Naka menda tukuna mai. Kwa yako na buna lebura le bakmateira. Era bakata balalo matakira na non rambula. Self harm. Na beka kede bango belete ni rabuni taka tiko na mabua. Tiko na non rambula. Ko ni ke no no kene meu may dambe na katul ni wasa wasi ni saying no to cyberbullying. Bira na kayo murmengo ito na turang minista sema may nanungu live na singaw kelul o maratak sarkina ni sema raw mo ko me tarong mo ko whether I actually went to the cybercrime unit, and the answer was yes. We didn't go once, we didn't go twice. I think from the count we've been there 3 times. Yeah, so we've been to the cybercrime unit, and the cybercrime unit is under the Fiji Police Force, and their office is in Turek. So our report was recorded, but it seems like they were not. Just to be frank, they didn't take it seriously. Yeah, they keep saying, "Oh, you should go to Online Safety Commission. Oh, you should go like they keep saying, you do this, you go and do here, but there was no feeling of us feel, to be looked after. Kaya? Hindi ko report eventua. Oh yes, Randini, I already shared cyberbullying on Wednesday. So this is part 3. Yeah. So I'll share it. I'll go back to my old notes. Alright. So looks like some of you just arrived today, yeah? Yeah, yeah, so we have to talk about this issue because we cannot just sit and wait for somebody else to, what is cyberbullying? Introduction to cyberbullying. So this is something that I shared to friends on the 11th of December, which was this week night on Wednesday. So I will share it. And please share this live. Thank you, Ranandi. Maybe I should interview you, Ranandi, because it seems like you know a lot. So there you go, Randini, Joanna the Ray. This is my PowerPoint. Welcome to Cyberbullying 101. Yeah? So I shared this on Wednesday. Nakanataro, Randini. Thank you. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Ranandi. So Ranandi says the previous commissioner of the Online Safety Commission in Fiji was Mr. Ashwin. Oh, okay. He served as a commissioner for the establishment of the Online Safety Commission in 2019 until his resignation in 2023. So the question is, who has replaced Mr. Ashwin? Can anybody put it up here? So hopefully, Ranandi, I could interview the commissioner because they have to come out into the open so we know what they look like and to teach us Fijians what we need to do if we are cyberbullied. So this is the three-part talanoa that I shared on Wednesday. Introduction to cyberbullying, what is cyberbullying, and impact of cyberbullying. Today, I will cover what to do if you're cyberbullied. Yeah. So let's start with the first one. This is cyberbullying. So cyberbullying is willful and repeated bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. Cyberbullying can occur through SMS, text, and apps, or online in social media, forums, or gaming, where people can view, participate in, or share content. So this was a very basic definition of cyberbullying. Andun beka rindini, ang biti chuka na kena bakabiti na we baka totongani ena mona liba liba. So I'm gonna type it here. We baka totongani ena mona liba liba. Sela telefoni, tutal chuka ngor telefoni, telefoni, total. Mona liba liba, yeah, telefoni. I think anything electronic, I think, yeah. Telefoni, etc. And we'll click in an email, but this is the definition. What is cyberbullying? Because I think it's really important that we discuss this. Already chungko na ulutang ay pakai libro sini italitak na kena vital na taki bag mata na levo. But I think I'll just take the lead. If no one is doing anything about it, we'll just have to do it. So that is the definition of cyberbullying. Boleh chungko willful and repeated bullying. Gona biba ka totongani siyang walangani taka nga bakang dua sa taka tiko baka wa soma. Nakena ulak durumu chiko ya ungo sambun dendeto ketika buna baking go sa tika buna biba dadani na mona liba liba ni ko matanga orang atal me bendo no kundaku bitar tar me bendo kuno ko ni sambadi dembo rakitali tiko na marama o ko biba dadani tiko siyang ni vengo ko da nita kanina masula kino ng Bula me vengo na bibaradani balatal nga ni tiko na oira rabito ko ni batitiko ya na lenga tiko ya tiko ke ni sa chiko buli sanga chiko na nonay muri ko nonay muri ko sargay unge tiko chiko walango bitango akamongo nakaranandi. The current commissioner in Fiji is Endan Baleleboka. Randin. Okay, so hopefully if anyone knows or has a contact for Endan, if you can connect me to her or vice versa, maybe we should invite Endan to come and speak on my program, and just for her to share her role as the current commissioner. And what else can be done. Mekakutal niya na no sa may bakalangay no ng Bula or na di KBT and vitalanong iyo for marama kay chuana dire na we was taki matanago to it's not cyberbullying so it's another form of bullying so chiko na physical bullying sanga chiko talaga na mental bullying so psychological sanga chiko na cyberbullying. So there's different classifications of bullying. Kuna physical bullying kwa salak saranga kinabingo. Na suko na bully so tanga na basten salak saranga na bibato. Yan na physical bullying. Na bibato tongan sa salak saranga na linga, langa, everything. But cyber it's a classification of bullying. but it happens digitally, online. That's the difference. Dotana ka already na nungubadindike, membaleta na cyberbullying, I found out that that yeah, thank you, Ronandi, that cyberbullying comes under cybercrime. So that's another interesting finding that I found out there, that cyberbullying is comes under cybercrime, and it's also I won't delve too much in it because I'm still reading through the Cybercrime Act 2021. Nalau evite Cybercrime Act. Thank you, Ranandi, for sharing that act with me on Wednesday. I really appreciate it. I was reading through it today and just getting familiarized with what this act really means. But we'll come back to the act after this. But I just want to show this to those who missed out on my live on Wednesday. So these are the notes that I talked about. And today we're going to see the Brodie's law, the law in Australia that governs the rule on the prosecution of bullies and the protection of the bullied. But it was really said that, Brodie has to die to enable the bullies and the state of Victoria to create this law, and it's called Brodie's law. It's named after this young 19-year-old girl who died in 2006, and this law was named after her. Yeah, so I just want us to, think about this very, very seriously. And in our own community, Randini, Joanna the Ray, you can use this information, Randini, to your youth in church. Bikam ni nabarang chuk maingo, kaya baka so lulu chuk youth, sombe kara tiko na song baka marama, song ni turanga. Balatan if you look at this current slide I have here, I'm thinking about the youths and the teens, yeah? Okay, vinaka Nandi, thank you. That cyberbullying for youths and teens, but the reality is that cyberbullying affects everybody. Like I'm not a youth or I'm not a teen anymore, but I'm still cyberbullied. Yeah. So I'm still going through the whole process of being bullied, not only by one person, but a group of people. Yeah. And that's why I'm standing up and voicing my concern and telling the people that are bullying me to stop. Yeah. Stop the bullying and find other ways of using their energy on something better, something productive. Anyway, let's go to this part 2. So here it highlights the growing threat of cyberbullying in teens. It affects their mental health. Gua saranganto na kambimbi sarangango. We can tumbu to parents that are listening. Let's keep an eye on our children. Some of the readings that I've read is that parents, we need to keep an eye on our children to watch some of the changes that is happening to them. They may be locking themselves in the room, or they may be crying a lot. Maybe they don't want to go to school, sarambesnali bully, or they go to school and the teachers keep saying, "Hey, ochoni sambera tu ngamay, choni sambera tu ngamay korbuli." Yeah. O roni tumbutumbu rokila, ay ochoni le kito le drop ti korbuli na wala kalok. Sino na member. So the question is, where did Johnny go? Yeah, from 8 o'clock where he was dropped at school to when the class starts at 8:45. So that 45 minutes, ilomaya, and dolabuno elako kino Johnny. Yeah? So if we're alert, if the teachers report to the parents and the parents follow through, then they can be able to identify where is Johnny. And once they find Johnny, ask Johnny, Johnny, nathabe manay tiko-tiko. Nathabe kusang chicken label no kutangan. Ikasa nang garo ni tukutuko raw may kinokwa. Nang gato ko na mo kwa na kango ya tuko biyo na. Kango ya tuko biyo ta. Yenda kelacho ni okenda na volveni. Ni chuko na nanda lubente tambangone. And then rende merdo tuko na totolma. Yeah, it's very hard to get through to our young people, our youths, very, very few, I'm sure. But we always pray for them and work with them and be positive around them. Maybe using positive words or maybe taking them to a very safe place where they can be able to open up to you and tell you what's going on. But now cyberbullying can be happening from a person that their parents may know. The teacher may know, someone that they're familiar with, and the child or the teenager or the youth might be very scared to speak up because if they say their name, the parents, hey, you continue to go. Nandito ko ni Mayo, kung matatana ng tubig kilay, ba't kinabubala ka? Bubalang ko. So nabunar lang wani kinerasyangan daw, pinakatamer to ko na dake. So let's work with our young people. So mental health and wellness is really important. Today, I spoke to Simeone Tangdakimbao, who's a mental health nurse in Nelson in New Zealand, and I hope to reach out to him. Maybe next week, if I can talk to him and interview him on the issue of mental health, particularly for in relation to cyberbullying. So this is a very new issue, cyberbullying, but it needs to be addressed, and hopefully there should be laws that needs to be put into action. So these are tips on how to stop cyberbullying. So we talked about it on Wednesday. For those of us who are online, to think first before we post anything. So before you put anything up, think twice. Remember, what you post will be permanent. It'll be there for a very long time. So we have to be very careful, and let's encourage one another to be part of the solution, not the problem. Lamnang dara kautalitaka membeleta na vitalano ko membeleta na cyberbullying. So let's think. Dia na todo ko. Absolutely. It does. Nakaranandi. Yes, cyberbullying can have significant and severe impacts on mental health, affecting individuals of all ages. Absolutely. So because I'm an older person, I'm also cyberbullied. I can be able to cope. I have the coping mechanism so far. But then I'm thinking of the younger ones, the younger people who may not have the capability that I have to withstand the cyberbullying and the attacks and the harassment that comes with it. So don't want to ignore. This is something I talked about on Wednesday. So those of you who are there, Ranandi and the others, Rendini Chowana Ray, this was something a lot of my colleagues told me, just to ignore my bullying. And I don't think so. This is just me. I'm speaking from my experience. I believe that I should not ignore it because it can impact my life. It can impact my family. It can impact things around me. So, I don't think this is a good idea to ignore. I believe the next step should be the one that needs to be taken into consideration, which is to tell someone. For us to tell someone. We actually went to the police. We went to the police station in Namosi and Danda police station. This was to do with a different type of bullying, not cyberbullying, but it was to do with a face-to-face kind of bullying. And then it started to move to the cyber level. So one was the physical level. The person came home and started swearing at my two children and started swearing at my husband. So to me, if we don't nip it in the bud, then the online bullying and the cyberbullying will just get worse. So that's why I kind of don't agree with the ignore. Maybe I shouldn't say I tried to ignore it, but it didn't work. It didn't work for me personally. Belatan back ni Wickham ni nabarang tumay. Okay to nambati. May nanungkukor may kandawe. So, kimam do kilay to nambati, kimam siyangan indo umbita to naka. we are there to protect the chief. We are there to protect the people. And in this case, I'm here to protect, our young people. Eh? And I just can't stand there or sit there and not do anything. So that's why the ignoring is really like I don't. Yeah. Hindi na sa Ranandi. Yes, see, Ranandi agrees with me. What do you think, Randin Taltala Suana de Rey? What are your thoughts, Randini, as Randin Taltala watching today? Do you think ignoring bullying is going to solve the problem? Thank you to those of you who are watching. My saying no to cyberbullying. This is part three. If you have missed part one and two, you can go on my Facebook page and watch the recording. And I've decided to speak in English today because I believe the issues also affects those who are of non-Itoke background. And I believe that if I speak in English, it can have a wider impact in a positive way for those who are going to watch my video later on. For those of you who have just joined me just now, I'm now doing some research on cyberbullying, and I'm planning to write a paper about it. So I'm currently doing research on cyberbullying in Fiji, also extending it to cyberbullying in the Pacific. And then we're going to end our session today by looking at cyberbullying in Australia, in which one of the laws that they created, which is called the Brodie'S law, is a wonderful example of countries that needs to create laws that are powerful, that can protect the bullied. So Biao, this is one thing I really, really love, which is advocate for yourself in a respectful and direct way, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm trying my very best to advocate. As I was saying on my live on Wednesday, I reached out to a few of my colleagues who are in the legal fraternity, but they kept telling me for me to leave it alone. And I understand where they're coming from, but I believe that that's not good enough. We need to stand up together as a community to stand up against bullies. Because if we don't do anything, we're actually giving these bullies the right to continue their bad behavior. So for me, in my live on Wednesday and today, I'm addressing the behavior. Yeah. So it's really important that we look at the behavior of the people rather than focusing on the people themselves. Because I think that's really important that we look at why is this person doing the bullying? Because maybe they may be going through some, um, emotional um, times that they're going through themselves personally in their own personal life. I won't answer for this particular bully that I'm dealing with right now, and her other friends who are also kind of bullies too. Um, I just feel that we need to talk more about it and and deal with it. Hmm. Right. Nakaranandi, yes, definitely. Yeah, ignoring is the best thing to be done. Yeah. Oh, boleh binaka turang bunuwai. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Right. Yes, malo baklibsar. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, this is why I decided to come online, to try and put just let us talk about it because I think one of the reason why I believe that um cyberbullying is not discussed as much is because we don't know what it is. Yeah. So thank you for Rendin Taltalachwana de Rey for asking the question, what is cyberbullying? And so I hope that I've cleared it up with a definition. And reporting is really something that we all should do. Yeah, we need to report it. And what I've been doing as well, for those of you who've been bullied and cyberbullied like me, I've been saving screenshots and evidence. So it's interesting that um, I've had some really good circle of friends who actually downloads the posts and send it to me. And then I just collate it and have it in a file. So so that when the time comes for me to use those evidence, I have it all in a file. So I hope Unwai, that you also have done that. Because I've been sworn at, swearing online, swearing on post, swearing in Fijian, swearing in English. Some swears are coded. When I say coded, like it's abbreviated, but to me, it's still a swear. It's still a swear. Um, Hopefully, when the time comes to show evidence of it, it still can be, known as swearing. Eh? Vinaka, vinaka sarandini. Absolutely. So the reporting is really key. Eh? We are, I think, when I reported what I was going through, it felt really good. I felt that, half the load, came off my shoulder. And also, as we know that saying, problem um, shared is problem halved. So if we share our problem, we don't have to carry on that load, and it can be very emotionally draining. So reporting is very important. And then I also shared the impact of cyberbullying. I think we've been covering it as well earlier on. Vinaka, vinaka vale Alnieta. Thank you. Diana Sara. Yes, this needs to be taken seriously, as what Alnieta is saying here. Thank you, Alnieta. So these are the effects of cyberbullying. And when I was preparing this presentation, when I shared it on Wednesday, I was kind of like going through the emotion again, which was really hard. It was really, really emotional for me. And even my husband was telling me not to do the live on cyberbullying. It took a while for him to give me the approval. Um, Dionosar, kan Dionosar, nakabali besar Jack. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for everybody that is sharing. Vinaka Vinaka Jack. Yeah, I also received an email from a very emotional Maramani Biti. Her sister lives in New Zealand and she lives in America. And isa sa vadirolo masarangano no na say of the taunting and the bullying that they had to go through, the words that they were given, sambo wrong dasaranga. Yeah, ndakachuk manakan in the lotu. Eh? So what mouth are you using for singing praises in church, and what mouth are you using for swearing? Kla, that's the part I just don't understand. Kla, we also really na bachinitor, you know, and the ngata na sana roru, eh? And the kanin the lotu sana kanto, and the tanala sana yeti ko nakakasi kinabako dada, and that needs to stop. So to me, the effects of cyberbullying is the anger, um, right, wala Janasara. Thank you. I'm just enjoying reading the sharing that is coming through. Keep sharing, yeah. Keep sharing what you're going through, and I hope one thing I was really happy about. One of the line ministers was listening on my live on Wednesday, and it was really good that we can effectively share and support one another. But we don't know where to go. Na cyberbullying, I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't know what to do. And so that's why I'm doing this third part that we're going to talk about where to go if you're cyberbullying. Yeah, so this is my last slide. So let's just look at the effects of cyberbullying. of course, we're going to get angry. As I was saying before, with the young people, they may want to be in isolation, and which is very dangerous. Yeah. So once you go into the isolation mode, sa tarap sarang amin tungo depression. And going through depression, that's not a pretty thing for anybody to go through. It's not fair. It is not fair. Yeah. And we deserve to live a happy life. And it's not fair just because of someone's comments, negative comments, to pull you down and naroon effect ka na mo kasama ba't kinanong bulay. Kaya ker sir nga. Nabitan na ako. This is the third one. I'll have another one tomorrow. And maybe I'll have another one to make it 5, eh? 5 programs of saying no to cyberbullying. The fourth one is illness. Yeah, the fourth one is illness. So nanguna, because it's also psychological, and then I really matamamaraw to, you're physically present with your family, but in your mind, you keep thinking of what has been going on. Takaya vida na marama kito vitano tabat kirto, nangoner to sa tek wada tani kina na mona liba sa tek to mati. Like all of a sudden. Yeah, to mati. To maramong bulong kene. Yan kairo ni other weekend. Ay kaya bakanda sila ni gangaroni. And if it's not treated, then sana tarabang may namati. And we have to be really, really careful. And we need to start speaking about it now. And for many of us, if you have a platform, use your platform. Let's talk about cyberbullying. And let's make it more awareness. Let's create more awareness. And let's stop this from happening. Ausa ker sarga. Yeah? And kung ano chingo na humiliation, and doon din nakaba kamandua. Yeah, doon din nakaba kamandua. Balat ni lemo na kay tukunito elostak. Yeah? Full of lies and very one-sided information that is shared, and out of jealousy and out of anger and out of being misinformed. They didn't do enough digging or research. Di nasar, binakabalik Jack. Di nasar, Kapag sila ni gangaron, if you're not careful, then this can cause death. And I'm not ashamed to share it, So, kosar nga yan, anong ko PowerPoint was yan singa kelulu. And I know some people who are, that's why Radini asked me, what is cyberbullying? So I have to go back and share my PowerPoint. But the reason why I'm here today is to share, where to go if you're cyberbullied. Yeah? So for those of you who are watching, there's a phone number that you need to call, 917. So that's why I was asking before. Did any of you know that there's a number that you have to call if you are cyberbullied? Yeah, there's a number. Yeah. Here, there's a number to call, 917, and also Lifeline. Lifeline is 132-454. 132-454. So that's the phone number, and it's available 24/7 that you can call if you feel pressured. Kaya kau nangandrabo mong giri, mo laki mindo man nga merong nga no mutalan no because sometimes within the family, as I was saying before, sometimes our family members will just say, oh kunyo kutataki may na bullying gori, it'll just disappear. Kuno ko tamay na ko talamay na viva kadadani na nandabi maluway. Biyaw, we have to speak up about it. May baka nung ni Wikam ni nagasya may muri, I'm currently writing a paper on cyberbullying. So I'm gonna publish it next year. So I'm starting to do some research, and I've got some data. The data that I got is from February 2024, 61.44% of women in Fiji were cyberbullied. 61.44. That's a lot. And the question is what about the men? 38.56. Yeah, 38.56%. So 61, bakarota kina percent ibira na turang, sa turang 38, 61 ibira na marama. So there's a lot of cyberbullying affecting women. And so may binabadidikir to siya na Online Safety Commission, they noticed that the trend of cyberbullying keeps increasing. Yeah? And Yando na sana, total na sana kay tukunin ni that they are now being reported. Yeah, so doon na sana umarotaka. It's not just the Online Safety Commission taking care of the numbers, but they also noticed that there has been some report being made as well. So 57.58% of reported abuse were from Facebook accounts. Okay? Sunday 15% from TikTok, WhatsApp, and other social platforms. So Facebook is the highest number of where a lot of this online bullying comes from, or cyberbullying. Yeah. So yasar nga doon nakambimbi mendakilan na Online Safety Commission, they are located on level 9 of the Subabu House Ranandi, level 9. And the Online Safety Commission is Endan. So I'm really looking forward to meet with Endan. And if anybody of you know her personally, just let her know that we will appreciate that if she can come on my program. Renante has also shared her email and phone number, so I can be able to reach out to her to see if we can cover some interviews before the end of the year. But let me get 2025. Let's change our attitude. Let's move our attitude away from being negative, from practicing bullying tactics, against other people. And let's look at face-to-face talano. The list talibin sol solevaki, kaya natin do wisursuro baka itoke. In our case, we have a home in Nasaunrao, in Namosi. If anyone wants to come and talk to us, just visit us. We are there in our farm 24/7, 7 days a week. Just come along and we can talk. And so we can explain our side of the story, because a lot of information that are shared online are all one-sided stories. So it's very important that we respect other people. And my other question to those of you who are watching, Bunwai, Randini, and our colleagues who are listening online, Bismore, I can see you, Tako. The question I ask is, do we have to share everything online and Facebook? Do we have to air our dirty laundry and everything online? I know some of us will know the answer, and I know you know my answer. But what do people get out of sharing everything on Facebook? Why do people share everything? I'm just curious. Ano matanaliw, eh? I mean, while you are thinking of your answer, ito kung acting commission ni 29.1% online bullying were reported. Lili wal Sarel, 29% only was reported. Kimbali, the rest but I think I really want to make our session today to be very effective by sharing those key information. The number 917 for the Online Safety Commission. There's a safe number that you can call, and also the lifeline 132-454. And the other thing too that you need to do as well is to contact your nearest police station. It's very important that you make a report. But if I can share my experience about that, we actually went to the police station in Danda, in Namusi. We went to Navo police station. but then they referred us to the cybercrime unit. So for the cybercrime unit, we went there like 3 times. They took our statement, not me, but my husband. They took our report, but then they told us to go to the Online Safety Commission to send our information there. Yan doon nga nakao karong gayra ni artotukunan na cybercrime unit, artotuk may turaki, may karoba ka lawyer. May karoba ka lawyer. So we have got a lawyer who's looking out for us, and we really appreciate the services of our lawyer. But the question I asked the minister on Wednesday was, what about those who cannot afford a lawyer? Because the lawyers today, they're very expensive. So it comes down to affordability, for those who can afford it. But what about those who are bullied, but may not have the financial means to have a lawyer to represent them? So that is where I think it's really important that we look into the Cybercrime Act 2021 to see what provisions are in this act to, give the power, to prosecute the bullies. So I'm doing some more digging, and I was able to find the Cybercrime Act online. So I've got it here. I was going to share it. Okay. So I'll just share this. Document. Let me pull it up. Cybercrime Act. So it's good that we see what the actual law looks like, so that when you go to court or when you talk to your legal team, you know what we're talking about. So I'm going to share this page here that shows the actual act itself, where it's saved online. So you can go online and do your own research. So that's the Act, Cybercrime Act 2021. I hope you can see it. Vitu tiko na kenai wasiwasi. So part 1 is preliminary. Part 2, offenses against the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of computer data and computer systems. So this is something I noticed in the Cybercrime Act of 2021, that it covers more of digital data. Part 3, computer-related and content-related offenses. Part 4, other offenses. Part 5, procedural measures. Part 6, international cooperation. And Part 7, miscellaneous. So the current law, the Cybercrime Act, which was enacted in 2021, has these 7 parts to it. So while I was reading it, I could see that siyang sotsar ni, may directly on cyberbullying, but there may be some parts on other offenses, part 4, or maybe part 3, computer related. Balat ni wayaw, now cyberbullying o stuff, it's through Facebook, na dimra kita katiko na so maybe if this goes to court, then the judge might look into this Cybercrime Act and look at some of the other provisions within it. So I'm glad that through our session on Wednesday, we were able to find out that, yes, we have a law that covers that. Anything, digital, because cybercrime, as I said earlier, cyberbullying comes under cybercrime. And it needs to be taken seriously. So what does this law look like? This is what it looks like. So when you click on that blue link, it'll take you here. So it's 27 pages. So, and these are the different sections. Most of it are to do with computer systems and the data. So I'll be happy to share this with those of you who are interested to have a copy. So kwatun part 1, preliminary, part 2, na offenses against confidentiality, integrity and availability of computer data. So it's really very much about na kailan do wasay ba kilawa na itukutukan na mo na liba-liba. Iya, baka wili ka tikon na itukutukan ng baleta na cyberbullying. Nang kailawasan ang beka nga o Attorney General si o natutubo nila, eh? Ngunit sa lada pero ni baka kukote kinalawang ko. But I just thought I share with you today that we have a Cybercrime Act. 2021. Probably Vinaka Nandi and a few other individuals who were able to share with me online on Wednesday that there is a legislation. But maybe it's a training that needs to happen within the Fiji Police Force. May bako kotak mbek na non rakilaka, may baleta na biba katotongan din na mona liba-liba. So how do we deal with a bully? How do we deal with a bullied? So that's just a little bit about cyberbullying in Fiji, just so you know that yes, we do have a law that can protect you. So, so let's look into cyberbullying in the Pacific. So I got some very interesting data. Orto may tonga, Badindike, 2017, so about 7 years ago. Dito ko naman may kinverto itonga, 42% of youths experience cruelty and mean behavior online. May berto na 42% of those youths, 59% are females. Dari lang ko, elewo chuk nga bikenda na marama, and baka totoo nga ni tektik. So, the question is why? Tama na ko. Io, ele usar na vimatintu, era sera nitalita kana viva katotongani, may Samoa, they've also done research in Samoa. Kaumarata kani na UNICEF have stepped in to conduct more research so that we can have data like what I'm sharing with all of you, so that it gives us a tangible picture of the issue of cyberbullying. Mikuni da tanong takawali nga, oh yeah, this cyberbullying. But how many percent women or men, and that we are facing and suffering from it. So that's really important that we see and view the seriousness of this. So also there's another paper which I found, which is 18 pages long. Boleh chikin na Canada and done a workshop, first Pacific Islands capacity building workshop on child online protection. Kami Vanuatu. So I was really happy that that these informations are now being shared digitally. So they were talking about cyberspace, cyber threats, and cybersecurity. Tolo na matanggal po sa liliwe do baka ng atake. Yan cyber threats. Do berto na cyber threats. Naulo tangali mo ni cyber threats. Below that is cyberbullying. So cybercrime, cyber threat, underneath that is cyberbullying, which is what we're talking about here. So yeah, they've been talked about, they've been discussed. And so we really, really need to do something about it. The more awareness that we can discuss more about the issues of cyberbullying in the Pacific, and in Fiji, tutik mo nga Jerusalem, mendareda na bimbi ni Bula, Kara baka lang masarang kini tukunin ni many of the online abusers, and the abused are women. So and we need to call them out. We need to call them out. Sa ruta man na verumbi, sa ruta na viva kayo binakatagitiko, I don't think that's good enough. We need to speak up. Dara ka na ni kanasini na inbox, and in a way I was kind of disappointed. Why were people inboxing me? Why can't they speak up? Asara nga doon natarliw yan. Why people are inboxing me? Nataman nila na baka? Bismode, tako, we need to be speaking up more about it. And I think for me, because I went through it myself, it's not uh, ising vinaka na vikadala ko ruma. Pakabuna ng dararawa, tangi, pakabuna to mate, wakararatak talaga na nandali ni mata bubale. It's not something that I would like to wish on anyone. So that is why I'm stepping up and speaking up about this. Yeah. And if we can create an awareness about cyberbullying, maybe I should propose that we should have a whole month, a cyberbullying month. Kwento na kambimbiyamenta vital no takai. So now let's go to Australia. So this is the last part of my sharing today. Kerabiusat Chukayani that I'm taking much of your time today. I didn't announce it. I just want to come online and share what was in my heart and my mind. So there was this young girl in 2006 from Victoria in Australia. Her name was Brodie, and we'll watch a short video about her parents speaking out. Unfortunately, she passed away of the impact of bullying. And so because of that, the law was called Brodie's Law. And it's come to effect from June 2011. Yeah? So, nangon sa matikin na nangon nilambo, I'm gonna state of Victoria, na kena kukuha na laumbo, maybe nanto bibakatotongani, in Australia, especially in the state of Victoria, if you were found guilty in the court of law, 10 years in jail. Okay. So if I'm going to share it again, I'll repeat it. If you are found to be guilty of serious bullying, which of course, it's found to be a crime, and it is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Yeah. Nakabadilolo makina nangon nilango, Brodie Penlock, bakala totongan ni mo ko berto na noni toka ni balitakataka. Kay nona matay serangan ni nona balitakataka bagitin kadiwa. Badir lolo mo chukon tanang kisaraba na video, may biraw na noni tumbu-tumbu, pero siyang ni namaka ni na may wakailia na nonong Bula ng Manilango. Manila rinaka, tundu baka totongan ni tekikwa na nonalini takataka, siyang baka ninduwa ni tukunaraki no Brodie, na beka sutawa, metaw sarangani ko tatani nga nono. So the question I have now, are we going to allow more cyberbullying to continue and allowing many of our young people and older people and people like myself to suffer emotionally, psychologically, and some of us, it may even cost our lives for the government to turn around and do something about it? Yeah? Do we have to create another law similar to Brodie's law? Silent for Brodie. But what does Brodie have to lose her life in order for a law to be enacted? Meron ng iba kukutakin ang law. Yeah. So, yan allow sa tursar nga bakang bimbi, membalatan na tininambaki balbibis. Na bullying, kutun kaya, different types of bullying. So one is physical bullying, that you physically touch someone. Lako kinabipa, do nabi buturaki, nabi dangi. Sa gachiko na psychological bullying. Kung nabi sumona tekin beka nindo na tamata, nanon rabaka na taka nanon rabaka samay, may pakalolong tekin. Sa gachiko na verbal bullying. Na verbal bullying beka na was sa kwa tarong chuk may orandi ni chowanay. So when you meet somebody face to face and lako na was tataki kena bimba, that's verbal. Sa gachiko na cyberbullying. Kung nabi bakatotongan ni ena mo na libilib. So those are the 4 types of serious bullying kung willing to go na Brodie's law. Yeah? So I'll repeat it. Physical bullying, psychological bullying, verbal bullying, and cyberbullying. So there's 4 of them. So the bullying will include behaviors such as threats and abusive and offensive words or conduct. Asar nga na kay dhurek sa nanakilanga sa narong-rong nga na bikandarong. So that again needs to stop. Namanilong ko o Brodie, ang bagtin kadiwa Brodie Penlock, ang bagtin kadiwa naronon dolo kaono September bakay na ko na ng Bula. Ertonto bakali ko na non nalini takalaka. Siya nga nindu ay takapkin ito lang ka. Roma na nga nanon ay tumutumbro kinda dal. O siya nga ninama ka lang kaila ko to Roma na nanon ay tumutumbro. Dasarap mandango na video dengan na redo de mando Brodie abatikin na non ritalan noa na nanon ay tumutumbro. Dasarap mandango. Masarap mo na Oceania. So hopefully what we're gonna watch today will allow us to see and hear the story.
The days go in and out, on and further out. Quietness I always find.
Brodie was a young 19-year-old. She was a beautiful young girl. She was full of life, full of compassion for others. She got herself a part-time job and was moving out of home to live in her own little unit and start a whole new adventure. She was so excited at the time, but sadly, the workplace for Brodie turned out to be a very toxic environment. There was a bullying culture in place. There was no structures or anything like that to protect Brodie or anyone else in that fact. And so for months and months she endured relentless bullying and humiliation, and tragically she ended her life.
Brodie's Law is a law that helps protect vulnerable people. It helps protect victims of bullying, particularly victims of serious bullying. It enables police to take out intervention orders against bullies to stop the bullying behaviour to help protect the victims. It also allows us to conduct criminal investigations and potentially lay charges against the perpetrators of bullying.
It's not something that you should sort of pretend isn't happening. And if you're a victim of it, that you shouldn't feel ashamed of the fact that it's happening to you. It's something that you actually need to address. Because if you don't, you can turn in on yourself and actually cause yourself harm, and it can affect your ability to work and study and relate to other people, and it's just ongoing,
Bullying can have a big impact on someone's health, not only physically but also psychologically. So the worry and stress and anxiety experienced by the target who's being bullied, if that's ongoing in the workplace, that can have a major effect on that person's health. Some targets of bullying are reluctant to speak up about bullying. They fear that the bullying will get worse or that they'll be labelled as a troublemaker. Brodie's Law enables those people to go to their local police station and report the bullying there.
No one has the right to continually bully people. In fact, even bully people full stop. Unfortunately, someone had to lose their life for this law to be brought upon us, and I'm 6'4" and 120 odd kilos. It doesn't matter how big you are, it affects a lot of people, and it happened to me.
The message I'd like to give to someone if you're out there and being bullied is please don't sit back and think you're on your own. Please don't think you have to endure all this sort of pain by yourself. Make sure you tell someone about it. There are people there that want to help, Victorian Police, your teachers, your employers. Please don't let it get to and escalate to a stage where you just don't know what to do and you're feeling so bad that it ends up in tragic circumstances.
If people feel they're being bullied, they should make some notes about what's happening. So when they decide to take action, we can get a full picture of what they've been subjected to. They should also talk to a trusted friend or colleague tell their manager if it's in a work context, tell a teacher if it's at school, discuss with someone who they trust, and if they wish to, they can come and report the matter to police. They can certainly ring their local police station and seek advice. Alternatively, and perhaps the best method, is to actually go into the police station, speak to a constable at the counter, make a report and see what the police can do in relation to their particular case.
I think it's very good that we have a law now that backs up the social norm of the fact that bullying isn't acceptable. And I think it's a really good thing subconsciously for people that find themselves in a bullying position, because they know that not only can they go to their friends and their family, but they can actually go to the police and that they would take you seriously. So I would say to people that are finding themselves in a bullying situation that definitely talk to someone. You know, it's not uncommon. Like, we just have to talk about it and you know, take it step by step.
Bullying doesn't stop unless people stand up and are prepared to do something about it. And yes, the laws can be changed and the laws can do this and the courts can do this, but it really does come back to the individuals. Let's try and get it that it doesn't have to go to the courts. Let's do something better than that. Let's look, as Ray said, let's look after our fellow men and women. You know, this is what we're trying to do. We want to make a change, but we can't do it by ourselves. We need your help.
Well, the days go in and out, on and further out. Quietness I always find in my heart, in my mind.
Sai ndakarida na wakati lolo maine no me lenga na ngone lewa ya Brodie daronga tuka na ndo mondra no ni tumbu samber samber wakati ngone lengo ko ngone kene weekenda na buni nongu laktumena nongu program to say no to cyberbullying. We all need to work together and we all need to do something about it. So really want to acknowledge everybody that reached out to me. I have so many stories of people who shared their cyberbullying experiences. They don't look very pretty. But as I said earlier on, I'm writing a paper and I'm doing some research on cyberbullying in Fiji. And so if you want your story to be included in my paper, please let me know. Your information, your background will be anonymous, so we won't identify you. But I'm just wanting to do this research to kind of understand, the scenario of cyberbullying. What are the data that is out there? What are the roles of the different organizations that I've talked about? The Online Safety Commission, the Cybercrime Unit, and also looking at the Cybercrime Act of 2021. So it's really important that we familiarize ourselves with the Cybercrime Act of 2021. It looks like the Attorney General's office, they administer this act. So maybe if anyone wants to do more research, or if you've been bullied, first of all, I think it's important to go to the police station. However, when we went to the police station ourselves, they were not able to give us a reference number or a receipt. So they actually just listened to us but didn't record it. So I'm not sure what the new rule would be. I still feel that, if cyberbullying comes under cybercrime, it is a crime. And police departments need to record our reports. Niyo. Siguro ni talak chuka ni baka bida, erto kunur to keto na siya kanira ni solendo na mo receipt number, si reference number, may banditakin sa mitur na mo tuktukwe. They keep sending us around. Lakwike, until we decided just to have a lawyer to deal with our situation. And so, yeah. So I just thought, ladies and gentlemen, that I should share my story, and I hope that it'll be of benefit to you, for those of you who are watching, and if this can touch someone's life, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And thank you for everybody that has been sending me positive messages, uplifting messages, and those who checking up on me and my family. We really want to say vinaka bakalep to all of you. And we just want this to stop. We just want this cyberbullying to stop. And, and we're coming closer to a new year, 2025, and we hope that this new year will, provide a more positive way of looking at the future, and we need to avoid just going down the negative path. Let's be more positive and let us be more appealing. Nakavakalev, everybody. If you need to share your story with me or you need to reach out, just message me. You can email me as well. My email is talonowithdrt@gmail.com, or you can send me a messenger note as well. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for listening to my story. And we hope that the Brodie's Law in Victoria, in Australia, will make us remember Brodie's family and her beautiful parents who have kept her name alive through that act, which is called now the Brodie's Law, in which perpetrators and bullies will be taken to task and be taken seriously. Yeah? And you all have a beautiful evening, and I will see you tomorrow for part 4 of saying no to cyberbullying. Madamanda.